Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, hosted by Capital Insurance Agency, Inc. We have serviced state of Florida agencies and universities for 50 years, providing various insurance benefits and financial services for over 100,000 insureds. Our offices are located throughout Florida, as we are dedicated to providing our clients with a complete portfolio of superior employee benefits. Capital Insurance Agency is happy to partner with Aflac to provide these products to state of Florida employees. Today we are excited to have the opportunity to share with you the Aflac Cancer and Hospital Intensive Care Plans.
My mom is my hero. So when she was diagnosed with cancer, my whole life changed. And now she's recovering and I'm running a marathon in her honor. Look, nobody likes to talk about cancer. But my mom's experience showed me why I need to help protect myself with Aflac Cancer Insurance. Cancer can be emotionally devastating, and it's an enormous financial burden. Aflac went way beyond helping cover chemotherapy costs, follow-up visits, and paid cash directly to my mom rather than the hospital in just one day. That way she can use her benefits how she wanted to, like on everyday expenses like groceries and rent. I don't know what the future will bring, but I know it's always easier with a company you can trust.
Let Aflac Cancer Insurance help protect you and your family.
Aflac pays cash benefits to help when you need it most. Aflac's name is well known. Almost everyone knows the duck. But studies show that knowledge is still limited about what it is that Aflac really does. Aflac pays cash directly to you, the policyholder, not doctors and hospitals unless you tell them otherwise. You can use your benefits your way, whether it's for leftover medical bills or other expenses that affect your financial security. Aflac does not coordinate benefits. What that means is that Aflac will pay the benefits outlined in the policy, regardless of any other insurances you may have. These insurance policies are made exclusively available to state of Florida employees on payroll deduction. The plan is portable. If you leave the state, direct payment options include deductions from your FRS retirement check, bank draft, or another method of private payment. Also, it is important to note that there will be no premium increase and no change in benefits if you decide to take your plan with you. Just contact your local Capital Insurance representative, and we will help you make the transition as seamless as possible. Here is a quick glance at what the front of the brochure looks like. You can download it at any time from our Capital Insurance Agency website at www.capitalins.com. First, let's explore the Personal Cancer Indemnity Plan. Enrollment in this plan is a two-step process. The first step is to make the election into your People First system for the coverage that fits your needs. The second step is crucial. You must complete the application forms required by Aflac. Please contact Capital Insurance Agency to determine the best method for finalizing this portion of the process. The application does require some underwriting questions, and an answer of yes could cause an applicant to be ineligible for coverage. However, prior diagnosis of cancer does not necessarily exclude an applicant. Most clients are relieved to know that no medical physical is required. Some terms you will want to know are included here. The effective date is not the date the application is signed. Simply stated, it is the date that Aflac lists in the policy schedule. You must be under the age of 70 at the time this policy is issued. Dependents are classified as your natural children, stepchildren, or legally adopted children who are under the age of 26. We would like to begin explaining to you that these plans offer many options. You can choose the coverage that fits your needs and budget. Level 1 is the basic level of coverage. Level 3 offers the maximum coverage available to state of Florida employees. We offer two rider options that can be added to either coverage level. They are designed to add enhancements to the plans and allow you to build coverage that fits your individual needs. One of the plan highlights that are included is the annual wellness benefit. Every year, each person covered under the policy can have a cancer screening performed by a physician and receive a benefit of either $40 or $75. This benefit is payable even if your health insurance provider offers these services free of charge. Listed here are some of the most popular screenings that we see utilized in annual wellness claims. Most popular cancer screenings for wellness benefit include mammogram, Pap smear, biopsy, chest x-ray, CEA, blood test for colon cancer, PSA, blood test for prostate cancer, colonoscopy, or virtual colonoscopy. This is not an all-inclusive list. More procedures can be claimed under this benefit. The brochure provides a comprehensive listing for you. Please be sure to review it carefully to maximize this benefit. Now let's explore some of the other benefits payable to policyholders under our Personal Cancer Indemnity Plan. Aflac will pay benefits for any of the following: first occurrence benefit, skin cancer benefit, radiation and chemotherapy daily benefit, second surgical opinion, National Cancer Institute evaluations, immunotherapy, anti-nausea medication, experimental treatment. We would like to briefly discuss underwriting requirements with the cancer plan coverage. As mentioned, a prior cancer diagnosis does not necessarily exclude an applicant. Here's how it works. If you have had an internal cancer diagnosis in the past, there will be additional underwriting questions. You must have been cancer and treatment-free for 5 years, 2 years if the previous diagnosis was for breast cancer. As long as you meet those requirements, you may still be eligible for coverage. Please note that hormonal therapy is considered a form of treatment. You may ask, what about skin cancer? If you have been diagnosed or treated for skin cancer within the last 5 years, you are still eligible for the policy. You will be excluded from payments of the skin cancer benefits. However, this exclusion can be removed after remaining skin cancer-free and treatment-free for 5 years. All other benefits of the plan would be applicable. If your skin cancer diagnosis and treatment were more than 5 years prior to the application, there would be no exclusion of the skin cancer benefits. Limitations and exclusions. There is a 30-day waiting period for diagnoses under the plan. Let's assume all enrollment steps are done properly during open enrollment, and the policy is issued with a January 1st effective date. The 30 days begin on January 1st, so diagnosis is not covered until February 1st. On this screen, you can see the benefit amount that is paid under each plan level. This slide and the next are taken directly from the brochure. It is designed to provide a side-by-side comparison of the plans. For example, you can see that Level 1 pays a first occurrence benefit of $1,500, while Level 3 pays $5,000. Notice the different payout amounts for children versus adults. Aflac recognizes that if a child is fighting cancer, the parent is likely missing work to fight beside them. Also notice the lifetime or monthly maximums are clearly identified. There are a couple of benefits that we would like to highlight here. Aflac will pay you to have a second surgical opinion, which is something most people do for their peace of mind. Also, because Aflac encourages their policyholders to seek treatment at the treatment center they feel will provide the most successful outcome, the plan pays benefits if you seek consultation at the National Cancer Institute. In addition, if treatment requires a commute more than 50 miles from your home, Aflac pays a travel and lodging benefit. Aflac wants you focused on recovery, not finances. Since we have taken a look at what the plan covers, now, let's talk about the riders that are available to enhance the already comprehensive coverage of the plans. The Building Benefit Rider, or the BBR, as you may see it referred to, is designed to increase the first occurrence benefit or initial diagnosis benefit for each year that it is in effect. This rider continues to build until age 65 or for a minimum of 5 years, at which point the accrued benefit is the payout for the remainder of the life of the policy. Level 1 Building Benefit Rider increases the first occurrence benefit by $300 per year. Level 3 Building Benefit Rider increases the first occurrence benefit by $500 per year. In addition, one can also choose the option of adding the Specified Disease Rider, or SDR. This rider offers extra coverage for hospitalization resulting from a diagnosis of any of the covered 32 specified diseases. Initial hospitalization, $1,000. Days 1 through 30 of hospital confinement, $200 per day. Days 31 plus of hospital confinement, $500 per day. A few of these specified diseases include encephalitis, including West Nile virus, tuberculosis and bacterial meningitis, multiple sclerosis and muscular dystrophy, rabies, systemic lupus. Please be sure to obtain a brochure for a list of the 32 diseases covered under this rider. Also, it's essential to understand that these two riders are independent of each other. You can choose both or just one. The goal is for you to find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. Here is an image of the rate sheet. The benefits plan code in the second column is the identifier that you will need to make your People First election. On the left column, you will see the AFLAC policy code and rider identifier. The items in bold correspond to a People First benefit code. The plans begin with the Level 1 basic plan. Then you see we add the SDR option. Then we have the Level 1 with the BBR option, and then the Level 1 with both rider options. This progresses again with the Level 3 plan. And of course, you have your choices of individual, one-parent family, or family coverage. Please note that if you cover your spouse, AFLAC will cover your children for free. All you need to do is mark the box on the application indicating that you wish to include dependent children. As noted on the previous slide, there are a variety of premiums available. You can make changes to your coverage level during open enrollment, provided there has been no cancer diagnosis. However, like all pre-tax plans, changes can only be made during the annual open enrollment periods, during your new hire election period, or upon qualifying for a qualifying life status event. The Personal Cancer Indemnity Plan contains many valuable benefits that has provided financial peace of mind to many clients of AFLAC. In addition to the 2 personal cancer plans, there is also a hospital intensive care plan available. The hospital intensive care plan can be purchased separately or in combination with one of the cancer plans. Here is a quick glance at what the front of the brochure looks like. You can download it at any time at www.capitalins.com. Some of the information will be the same as the Personal Cancer Indemnity Plan. Just like with the cancer plan, the enrollment in hospital intensive care is a 2-step process. The first step is to make the election into your People First system. The second step is to contact Capital Insurance Agency to determine the best method for completing the required application forms. Again, the application does require some underwriting questions, and an applicant could be ineligible based on the answer to these questions. AFLAC does not require a medical physical as part of the underwriting process for this plan. The process for the effective date of coverage is also the same as it is for the cancer plan. The coverage will become effective upon completion of underwriting and after the initial premium has been remitted by People First. Upon issue of your application, AFLAC will communicate with People First that they have received and approved your application. The deductions will be unlocked from your People First status, and you will see the premiums removed from your paycheck. Your Capital Insurance Agency representative will contact you to help resolve any issues that may arise with the issuance of your application. If you are ineligible for coverage due to health-related issues, AFLAC will communicate that information to the address listed on the application. Your agent will not have access to medical information related to the decision, but they can assist you in obtaining that information from AFLAC. Again, no deductions will begin until an application is successfully issued and communicated to People First. What does the AFLAC Hospital Intensive Care Plan pay benefits for? This policy pays a benefit for up to 15 days when a covered person is admitted to an intensive care unit of a qualified hospital. It also has a daily benefit payable for a subacute unit. This policy is independent of the cancer plan and will pay regardless of whether the admission is related to a sickness or injury. Additional benefits include emergency transportation by ambulance or air transportation and a human organ transplantation benefit. It is important to note that once the policy is active, you may continue your coverage after age 70. However, all payable benefits will be reduced by half. Limitations include the following. The policy cannot be issued to an applicant who has obtained the age of 70 prior to the effective date. There are underwriting questions that may result in AFLAC declining to cover an applicant based on prior medical history. However, no medical examination is required for underwriting purposes. Plan and premium options are straightforward with the intensive care plan. You can choose between individual coverage and family coverage. Both are very affordable monthly premiums of $870 for individual and $1664 for family. Please note that the premium doesn't change if you add one additional family member to the plan or if you have a large family to cover. Recently, AFLAC has become increasingly popular for the one-day pay program, especially when illnesses and injuries are potentially threatening to impact your financial security. This is precisely what AFLAC does for policyholders. If you file the claims online before 3 p.m. and provide all required supporting documents, many plans are eligible for direct deposit of benefit payments within 24 hours of the approved claim. Good news! Both the cancer and intensive care plans are eligible for the one-day pay. There are additional methods to filing claims, such as mailing or faxing in forms. The forms can be accessed online or by contacting Capital Insurance Agency. All the plans we are discussing today are underwritten by Aflac, whose worldwide headquarters are located in Columbus, Georgia. Coverage is underwritten by Aflac. The information provided is illustrative only. Refer to the policy for the benefit details, definitions, limitations, and exclusions. The Aflac payout values do not guarantee an amount to be paid for the listed conditions. Benefits paid by Aflac, if any, will depend on the severity of the accident or illness, the physician diagnosis, and the treatment received. The data is an average of payments made to Aflac policyholders, certificate holders, who qualified for benefits under their specific plans and does not reflect instances when benefits were not paid for a particular claim. Whether benefits are payable will be determined when a claim is processed. For costs and complete details of coverage, contact your Aflac insurance agent. For claims to be paid, all information needed to make a claims decision must be submitted to Aflac for a covered health event. One-day pay is available for certain individual claims submitted online through the Aflac Smart Claim process. Claims may be eligible for one-day pay processing if submitted online through Aflac Smart Claim, including all required documentation by 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Documentation requirements vary by type of claim. Please review requirements for your claims carefully. Aflac Smart Claim is available for claims on most individual accident, cancer, hospital, specified health, and intensive care policies. Processing time is based on business days after all required documentation needed to render a decision is received, and no further validation and/or research is required. Individual Company Statistic 2019. The rates shown are for illustration purposes only. They do not imply coverage. For more information about the benefits, costs, and limitations of Aflac insurance policies, or to apply, please contact your Aflac agent. We would like to spend the next few minutes answering some commonly asked questions. Here is a list of the most commonly asked questions during the enrollment period. 1. What is the wellness benefit and how much is an employee entitled to? The wellness benefit is an annual benefit for having certain screening tests. Policyholders receive $40 for Level 1 and $75 for Level 3. 2. What are the maximum days an employee or family member are eligible for intensive care? The answer is 15 days in the ICU. 3. What is the deductible under the plans? There is no deductible for both plans. 4. If someone has had skin cancer, are they eligible for coverage? Yes, all benefits are payable except the skin cancer. After they have been treatment-free for 5 years, they must apply to have the skin cancer exclusion removed from the policy. 5. If someone has had cancer, are they eligible, and if so, what are the qualifications and additional paperwork needed? They are eligible if cancer and treatment-free for 5 years, 2 years for breast cancer. A cancer history form must be completed. Hormone therapy after breast cancer diagnosis is considered a treatment. The client must have completed this hormone drug therapy for 2 years to be considered eligible for coverage. We hope this helps to answer some questions you may have regarding these plans. Capital Insurance Agency is proud to partner with Aflac to bring you the personal cancer indemnity and hospital intensive care products. Our 3 regional offices are located across the state to serve our clients best. Our contact information is provided on this slide for your convenience. We know how valuable your time is, and we appreciate you spending it with us today as we provided an overview of the Aflac Cancer and Hospital Intensive Care plans. We hope that you have found it to be informative, and we look forward to serving you.